asks everyone to skive and have a drink?
Well, no.
No, take your pick. Absolute and I. Who do you think catches the plans that...
Imagine, who do you think?
Life is lifing. If we snack for 30 minutes after the show, of course. To go have a sip of some fermented grape juice.
Yes.
Who would die? Who do you think asks the other one?
Should do a poll.
Trivia. I will give you 5. Wait, that's a lie. I'm giving you nothing. I have no money. Then, like, I can give you 500 bob. I was like, who is going to give you 500 bob?
Don't worry.
Nobody.
I'll come 500 bob next week. We do that trivia. We have to do this trivia so that is it.
Hey, adulting is such a... Can you hear the conversations we're having? Not 500 million. 500
hey, excuse me.
Until next week, I'll come with 500. But futuristically, absolute.
Yeah.
Well, life is lifing.
In Jesus' name.
Oh God, what's the difference? We're asking you today on What Around Town. What's the difference between complaining, venting and nagging? Absolute.
Well, Guled Ahmed says venting is actually saying it all, not conceding anything, and it can be anywhere to anyone without reason. That's men at the bar.
Yes. Edwin Huatenge says venting is expressing emotions and complaining is someone verbally repeatedly without taking responsibility for the difference.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Carol Sims, when you complain, you expect to see change. You are somehow hoping for the best. But when you vent, it is just releasing built up emotions. And at this point, you care less what comes out. So whether or not there is a solution, you don't care.
But let me ask you, which one of them has like a conclusive end? Is there one that has a conclusion? You know, like this, the same way I used to. Let me tell you the truth. When Absolute and I were tasked, or rather were given this slot, it was 4 hours of nothing. So I did the clocks, and then I was coming up with the segments. Absolute had gone to Barry and Ann, so we got to meet later, but we had spoken on the phone. And I remember when I was trying to look for the features for the show, I was like, oh, we should definitely have like a conversational. Then I was like, I hate conversationals on radio because everyone wants to have conversations that don't have a call to action. Like, let me tell you, so, you know, from early in the morning talking about your terrible relationships. But what's the solution? We don't give solutions. So which one of the nagging, venting, and complaining has a call to action, like a solution? Absolute. That person, your enemy is just fearful. Kumbaya. I'll open my shirt, you see my six-pack. And and other stories. Which one has a solution?
Venting has a solution.
Venting has a solution?
Yeah, when someone vents, at least you later on you'll be able to talk to them. Also, complaining sometimes has a solution because you'll be given a solution by the person. Probably. This is a very... It depends on where you are. It might be at your office. Well, and then it might be... It might be at your home or wherever.
Yeah.
It depends on where you are or who you're complaining to.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really varies. If you're complaining to...
But is venting just letting it out, whether there's a solution, a call to action or not,
venting,
right? It's release.
It's release. But sometimes when you release, that person might have a solution for you. They listen, and then they'll be like...
Because complaining feels like I will talk about the same thing over and over again. You'll have an earful, you'll be like, Yolanda, nobody has forced you. Like the other day he checked me, I was like, no one has forced you to do that. Don't do it. And so that you're quiet. I was like, absolute mimi ameniambia. But it was Friday. I went and got over it on Saturday and Sunday, and I came back and I was like,
yeah, she drank Koma, but it's okay. We are not saying it out on the mic.
Did I really?
Yes. Janita Alexander, venting is to express your strong emotions. This may be anger, whereas complaint is expressing your feelings or pain or dissatisfaction, not necessarily being angry. Okay.
This is a different one. Stephen says the DJ has spoken, nothing to add. You've been told your music is top notch by Beryl O on Twitter. I was going to look for Infinite Insights says complaining is hoping someone else will fix it. Venting is the first step to fixing it yourself. Does that... Wow.
Wow. What are your things different? Those complaining are always the source of problems. After a session with a complainer, you have to go vent. That's what he says. I don't know. I hope so.
And then we also got some audio and some vox pops from the streets. From the streets. This show is for the streets. Absolute is for the sheets, and for just he's a night owl. He's for everything in the dark. Sorry, as in like in a nice way. Linda Luisa says venting is to release the stress, while complaining is the I can't stand them concept. Venting is done once in a while when the problem happens, while complaining is a habit. Venting aims to find a solution to the problem, while complaining is they are the problem. Wow, I've never even thought about it like that. Venting is to find a solution yourself. Complaining is blaming others. In short, have you learned something today? Good for you. We should give you a till number at this point. DJ Absolute on the decks. But first, let's hear from you and what you had to say about this one.
So in venting, you are actually unloading something without